Are watercolours the safest of them all?
It's not really the binder that's the problem, because you've got, you've linseed oil for oil paints, which is not harmful at all. You've got acrylics for, in acrylics paints, and that probably is not good for the environment. Watercolours, I think the binder is gum arabic or something like that, so which is pretty much a natural agent. But the real problem are the pigments. So you have cadmium red. Would be the same in acrylics, in oils, or in watercolour. So you've really got to look after that, the disposal of these hazardous, toxic chemicals. I mean, you use rather less pigment in watercolour painting than you would in an oils painting, but all the same, we don't really want any of this to be getting into the world and affecting future generations. This is the way I see it. We've got to look after this world. How to get rid of the dirty water, the dirty terps, after you've cleaned your brushes and you're using them all day in a painting project. How are you going to get rid of it safely and with a mind to how it affects the environment, and also your body, because you don't want to pollute the water table with the water from the acrylics. You don't want to be affecting your body with the fumes from volatile chemicals. So let's have a look at that. And the way that I usually do it is to transfer my dirty water. So, for example, if I've been painting in acrylics, and here's an old tin of dirty water, I tend to transfer it to some kind of tray, and you pour it in, empty out your can, and really you just let that evaporate in your studio until it becomes solid. And then you can bin it, or you can take it to your the hazardous waste unit in the dump. If you bin it, then they'll probably sort it out from the waste anyway. What you don't want to be doing with any of this, either acrylics, wastewater, watercolour, or oils, is allow it to go into the general environment. And just for your oils, waste chemicals, what you can do with these is actually decant the dirty terps or the dirty zested or whatever it is that you're using as a solvent into another receptacle, an old jar, something that has a lid. You can pour it in and it'll still look full of crud, but eventually if you leave it long enough, all the pigment will settle and you've got pretty well reusable solvent at the end of it, and then you can just decant it into another container. And you leave the sediment to settle and eventually get rid of it exactly the same way by taking it to the hazardous waste disposal unit. And then when you've got your tin mostly clean, you just take a bit of newspaper or an old paper towel, wipe the inside of it to get all the sediment out. And then pretty much you're back to normal, you can reuse the tin. Okay, so that's really how to dispose of your dirty materials in painting, protecting the environment.